How does this layout work? Okay. Let's see here. All right, whatever. All right, echo cancellation, good. All right, we are going live. Shit, it has like a half. How do I do fucking vertical? Why won't it let me do vertical? I'm trying to change the layout so that I can have us like stacked vertically.
Is it on live?
Well, I'm just like looking at the Instagram preview thing, and it doesn't show like both of us. Well, it does, but it's like vertically split, so it's just like half of us. That's a little bit better, I guess. Wait, no, it's not.
Sorry, is my mic still that loud?
Hold on. Sorry. Do you see me right now?
I still see you, yes. I'm in a smaller circle, though.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I did that on purpose.
Okay. Can you hear me still? Because my mic was just turned all the way up, so I'm just checking if you can still hear me good.
Yeah, you're totally fine. Oh, okay. This is good. It's like switching back and forth. All right, we're going live. All right, here we go. All right, welcome to the sports section after dark, joined by our guy Tim Daly. I'm Matthew Mounsey. What a day of college football that we had. Unbelievable. Oh, wow, we got a lot of people in here already. Thanks for joining, everybody. All right, here it is, everybody. Your college football championship week matchups. And Timmy, let's start with the Cal SMU game that just finished. Holy shit. I mean, after firing their head coach last week, a horrible loss for the Golden Bears against Stanford, they come in and beat SMU. All SMU had to do was win tonight, and they were in the ACC title. And now it's 5-loss Duke with a chance to go to the playoff.
I mean, the ACC is an absolute disaster down the stretch here, with Duke and UVA now playing for the ACC championship. Not going to discredit Cal. That showed a lot of heart coming out after losing to their rival Stanford last week. Their quarterback, JKS, man, special talent, great left-handed arm, and he's only a true freshman. So a lot to look forward to in Berkeley. Hopefully he doesn't transfer.
Yeah, and I have a feeling that he might after this game. Who knows who their head coach is going to be? I mean, it was Nick Rolovich, the former Wazoo coach, was their interim. But the ACC, dude, it's a complete shit show. We had two teams going into the day with a chance to win and get in. Virginia took care of their business. They beat Virginia Tech. So Virginia is in the ACC title. All SMU had to do was win. And now they're out of the ACC title. They're out of the playoff, and it's going to be Duke and Virginia. There is a scenario, let's talk about it, that the ACC doesn't get a bid. If Duke wins next week, they have 5 losses. I don't think they get in. They're not a top 5 conference champion at that point, are they?
No shot. I mean, at that point, Virginia with 3 losses probably can't get in. And I know we've stated before that, playing in the conference championship doesn't hurt you. But at that point, I would have to assume that Miami would have the best chance to get in out of the ACC. And I don't know if they have, the resume to get in there.
I don't think they do either. And Miami is now on the bubble, a really weird bubble that I feel like has to include Texas at this point. And I want to go back to that Friday night game last night where A&M came here to Austin. I was at the game last night. That place was rocking. A shout out and a credit to the Longhorn faithful. And Steve Sarkisian said it eloquently post game. What does it say if you don't put Texas in this year because they lost to Ohio State week 1? They have 3 losses, but if they schedule Tarleton State week 1 and they roll Tarleton State and they're 10-2 right now, Texas is in the playoff. So what does it say to leave them out due to losing in week 1? And sure, you can say don't lose to Florida. Of course, don't lose to Florida. But even if they did lose to Florida and they didn't play Ohio State, they're 10-2 and they're in.
Yeah, I think that's a great point you make, and it's the point that Sark made earlier. I mean, how do you punish a team, all the way back in week 1? Ohio State was a great team this year. We didn't realize, I don't know, I guess after week 1, we didn't realize that Ohio State was the best defense in the country. They were going to run the table 12-0. For Sark, that, you put it in a difficult position. I think, like you said as well, don't lose to Florida. Florida was 3-8 going into today, and that's a difficult situation to be in. With that said, Sark makes a great argument because of the lack of non-conference that a lot of these other teams up there have.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me, especially with the Miami implications, the Texas implications, on top of other 2-loss teams like Notre Dame, like Oklahoma, like Alabama now, who will be playing for the SEC title. And hey, I just want to say, go back to Moundsie's Minute. It's on the Instagram. I said that Alabama would win this game by exactly 7 points. They win the Iron Bowl by a touchdown, and it was kind of the running game. I was very surprised that Kalen DeBoer went for that 4th down, but showed off some big balls, and it really paid off. Holy shit.
That game was outrageous. I mean, the Iron Bowl never fails. It's great pretty much year in and year out. And that's a huge win for DeBoer. Bama now sneaking into the SEC title game as well. That pretty much cements them as a lock for the playoff this year.
Yeah, absolutely. We do have a couple comments up in here. Oh, Jagger, you trying to get in? Oh, there we go. Okay. All right, we're getting some of the guys in here.
Oh, hey guys,
what's going on, fellas? How are we this evening?
We're doing good. Hey, let me talk about my Pittsburgh Steelers real quick.
Please, I'd love to hear about them.
Can I just, you know what? Tomlin's a great coach, but can I just tell you, we're gonna go into the coaching trees, right? How many awesome coaches and successful long tenured coaches have a successful coaching tree? Does Tomlin have a coaching tree? That's my biggest problem with the Steelers right now.
Yeah, how many?
How many?
Hey, I don't know anything about,
anything.
About
you
anything.
Don't know anything about anything.
But all I wanted to do is just pop in here and say, love the podcast, respect both of you. By the way, this is Mullahan.
Sup, Schmounds?
What up, Molly?
What up, brother? I got one word to say, and Raiders rebuild every single year.
God, I don't know anything about football. I know that's just doomed.
Hey, go Darnold. Go Mountie Seahawks, honestly. Good for you guys.
Yeah.
JSN. Were you on JSN early this year, Mounts?
Oh, I was huge on JSN all years, every years.
Talk about a baller. Talk about a
JSN's on one of my fantasy teams.
Gets me a lot of points in fantasy, that's for sure.
I love it.
Yeah, Mounts. How's your team looking, Mounts?
Oh, my team has the 2nd most points in my fantasy league, and I just got eliminated from the playoffs.
Ooh, that's the worst feeling.
Did you lose again this week? I've been following up on the updates.
No, I actually won this week. I played Piazza, who's 2nd to last, and we're now both eliminated.
So it's a lose-lose situation.
How'd you do today on the college football picks?
Right now we are 5-3 with the Hawaii over pending. So another winning week, 3 for 3 winning weeks on Mounsie's Minute.
Hell yeah. Scott Mollahan was going crazy for Cal.
Yeah, Scotter was all over Cal. My dad.
Hey, Mal.
Oh, the Bears. What a win for the Berkeley Bears.
Yes, all I got to say is, by the way, your setup is unbelievable.
Thank you, Jagger.
Did you make that yourself? Like, did you set this up?
Yeah, I thought of it one night. You know, might have had a few beverages prior, or you know.
Sounds familiar.
Well, dude, it's sweet. I remember.
Isn't Nebraska college football to the or college basketball to the moon?
They are to the moon. They won again today.
I
They're
know,
not.
dude. Sam's fucking killing it.
Yeah, he's
Hell
having
yeah.
a really good year. Oh, guys,
Well-
real quick, we have an Instagram comment from our guy Peyton Bosch. He goes, "This sports page followed me today, and I click on it, and Mounsey is yelling at a camera, and Krez has a mute." That's good stuff. What's up, Peyton? Miss you,
Wait.
brother.
We gotta get Charlie. Should we get Charlie Mullen in here?
Yeah, Charlie's there too.
Yeah,
That's so
definitely get
funny.
Charlie Mollahan.
Hey, well, it was awesome to talk to you guys. Love what you guys are doing, and you know, keep getting at it. You know, we're supporting over here.
We appreciate that, Mollahan. Sorry about the Raiders.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate you saying something.
Get Tomlin out of my. Get Tomlin. Tomlin's got to go.
I
Yeah,
love
he's-
Pete Carroll.
All right, boys. Hey, yeah, again, great to see you guys, and thanks for having us on.
And go
Hey.
Seahawks. As long as
Go
the
Hawks.
Niners don't win that division.
As long as the Niners don't win, right, Molly?
Yeah, Niners.
And Krez, where's Krezzy? Krez to the moon.
Yeah.
All right, hell yeah. We'll see you guys later. Hey, good shit.
Love it. Thank you, guys.
Pretty awesome.
Bye, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, see y'all. Shout out to our guys, Jagger, Luke, and Nick Mollahan there. Big supporters of the pod. We appreciate you guys. Where were we? What were we talking about, Timmy?
We were getting the CFP rolling.
That is
He does
true.
make a good point about Tomlin, though. I mean, it seems like every year the team's ceiling is 10-7, but more like 9-8. He always finds a way to go above 500, though.
He does indeed. All right, Tim, we got another guest coming in. Our guy, Patty Kane, joining the pod.
I'll love to see it.
There he is, everybody. Patrick Kane on the pod.
Gentlemen,
Welcome in, brother. How are we?
I'm good. Is my lighting all right and my audio all that good?
I don't think anyone cares.
Love it.
Washington with a heartbreaking loss to Oregon.
Are
You
we,
had on the
we're live, right?
Oh, yeah, we're live.
All right.
We're live on All Source at Sports Section Pod. The Dogs with a heartbreaking loss at home
Do you
against the
Perry,
Blacks.
I'm losing my mind. Perry?
Hold on. Sorry.
Sorry.
Patty Kane had boots on the ground today. What,
Truth on the ground. Yeah. Let's talk about today. Let's talk about today.
Talk to me about it. Oh, Dan Marino's in the chat. Go ahead.
Yeah. The boys are in the chat.
No, I know. I'm with Patty. It's like up the like the blue where the blue light pushes us.
Patty, your
Give me a
audio.
sec.
Yeah, we got some background audio from Seattle from our guy Patrick Kane. A big
All right.
shout-
No, it's all good. I'm on a sports talk show actually. My good friends. No, with Matthew Mounds and my good friend and T Daly.
Say hello.
Yeah. Sorry. They're about to head inside. They're about to head inside. Yeah.
I've never been here. Yes, please. Huh?
content from Patty
All right.
Kane.
I'm good now. I'm good now, boys. All right. Husky game.
And give us your thoughts.
I'm happy to see the UW faithful are still in good spirits after today.
It's got to be, Timmy. Come on. It's only one way. No, man. Fish. I wouldn't go that far. That's more reserved for Cougs. But the state of the UW football program is in a tough spot right now. Don't really know what to think. On one hand, I want Nadir Damon, but then I watch him to play today, and I've watched him play against the biggest and baddest teams, and he looks like a high school JV quarterback. Can't make an open throw, making poor decisions, just not really being effective. And then I see him play against, the great teams, and he's looking like Lamar Jackson. So that's a tough balancing act. On the other hand, we have Jed Fish, and we've gone over this, Matthew, but I believe he's a coach that is kind of like Steve Sarkisian. Like, he's going to get you to 8-4. He's not going to take you to the playoff and not going to take you to a win in the playoff.
Mhm.
8-4 is the ceiling. He's a big recruiter. He's a little bit slimy. We've talked about this, but very similar to Sark, in my opinion. I think we get one more year Fish with Demond, the last dance, and then we blow it all up.
Just full
That's what I
rebuild
want.
at that point.
Just yeah, I mean, it's make or break next year. And if it's fire him if we extend him and give him a boost, like oh god. Now, if he takes the Florida job, I'm going to be a bit disappointed because I'm going to lose out on Damon Williams probably for another year, and that'll suck because he's probably going to go win the Heisman. But I don't really know what to think. We're just a soft, kind of not very tough team. I'll say that.
Definitely better at home than on the road. Just the second loss in 4 years at home for Washington. Heartbreaking. Always sucks to lose to the Ducks. That fan base is just misery. Horrible.
Scummy.
Top
Scummy.
Oh, I got into it with some of them in our TikTok comments this week.
As you should. I've been assaulted verbally and physically by multiple Oregon Ducks before.
Yeah, it's not fun. But I mean, they live in fucking Eugene, Oregon, so.
Or they just like the colors, or they like Nike. A lot of fake fans, I'll say that.
Well, shout out to my guy Billy Christmas in the chat right now.
Shout out Billy Christmas.
He's first team all name, that's for sure. Somebody asked a question about SMU, and Billy just goes, "We've been over this already." Yeah, Rotor, you can get a shout out, man. Shout out to our guy Jackson Rotor. Thanks for being on here, man. This is really funny trying to like manage the chat. Okay, Patty, did you see the end of the SMU Cal game?
No, I've been kind of all over the place today. I was running the tailgate, so I've not been watching the college football I should be today, I'll be honest.
Do you know
Fill me in.
Do you know who's playing for the ACC title?
Oh God. Virginia won, I saw, right? Or they're winning. So it's gotta be Virginia.
Virginia won. They are in.
And is it like, don't tell me it's like Duke, is it?
Timmy, tell him.
It's Duke.
Oh my God.
The 5-loss Blue Devils are
Dude.
playing for the ACC title.
Does that mean if Duke wins the ACC title, JMU gets in?
So we were just about to talk about that. Let's do it, all three of us. If Duke wins, they're not a top 5 conference champion.
No.
If JMU wins and North Texas wins, or Tulane wins, whoever wins the American now, is in with a Duke win. And then if Duke wins, they're out. And it would become James Madison, in my opinion. I think, what do you think about the American compared to the Sun Belt and James Madison if they win the Sun Belt? Because while JMU is ranked higher, I think that between North Texas and Tulane, whoever wins that conference title game would leapfrog JMU just because of the quality of that win.
I 100% agree. I mean, Timmy, let me know if you disagree, but I mean, the Sun Belt is pretty weak, especially when you compare it to the American. And, you know, whoever's winning that is for sure obviously going to be in. No matter, they'll probably be the 5th seed, even if Virginia wins. But if you're a James Madison fan, you are pulling for the Dukies, the Blue Devils. I'm sorry for all my Virginia guys and gals out there. Go Hoos, but I'm pulling for Duke just for chaos. I'm an agent of chaos this fall. That's my motto.
Okay, hold on really quick. This is in our Instagram live comment section. Some guy goes, we were talking about Tulane, and he says that his last name is Retzlaff and that his cousin is Jake Retzlaff, Tulane quarterback, former Brigham Young quarterback.
BYU.
Patty Kane from the Raptors. Let's go.
Wasn't that his nickname?
Yes, it was. But I loved that. That was awesome. Yeah. We covered this on last episode actually. Retzlaff is at Tulane because he was going to be suspended for 6 games at Brigham Young for a violation of team policy, university policy. Excuse me.
It's very specific.
So he goes to Tulane, and now he's 1 win away from the playoff. Congrats to Jake Retzlaff. But BYU is also 1 win from the playoff. Let's talk about the Big 12.
God, chaos. Talk about chaos. Big 12.
Tech is in.
Tech's in. I think Tech could lose, and they're probably still in.
That's what I'm saying. If they lose to BYU, they're in, right?
They're probably on the road, but they're in.
I agree. Oh, God. Um, the comment or the Instagram comment section is really funny right now.
How many people are in them? I can't see.
It fluctuates a lot. I'm also delayed because I'm like looking at it on the live feed. So like there's been like 10 fluctuating. Yeah, so I think Tech is in. BYU with a win is in. I guess do you give the winner or do you give the loser of the Big Ten title game a bye? Because I do.
I think it depends on how it plays out. I mean, if they think everyone thinks it's gonna be a close game, I think if it's a close game, you got to give both teams a bye. But if Ohio State whacks them by 40, it's you got to give Indiana a home. You know, you can't let them get away with a bye. I think if they lose that bad.
Timmy, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I think what it comes down to, if we're saying Ohio State runs the table there, we're saying Georgia wins the SEC, and Tech wins the Big 12. Those are your 3 buys for sure. After that, I probably would still have to give it to Indiana because I think at that point it would probably be between Indiana, Ole Miss, and Oregon. And I think out of those 3 teams, I think you got to give Indiana the benefit of the doubt just because they played in their conference championship.
That's very fair. I like that point.
But with that said, I think just a BYU win would be huge because that steals a bid. Like you said,
Big
Texas
Steelers.
Oh,
It'll be a fascinating time.
Caroline Horan, what's up, man? Thanks for joining. This is a good question. So where is A&M after their first loss of the season? They're now 11-1. They start the season 11-0, and they're not even playing for the SEC title. Again, here are your conference championship games. These will be next Saturday. The SEC title game in Atlanta will be between Georgia and Alabama. The second time that those teams play this season, and A&M is not in that game. But I find it hard to think that A&M is lower than 5. You guys?
Timmy, go ahead.
I would say no. I think it's kind of like Notre Dame at 9. A&M's locked in at 5. Can't go any higher. Can't go any lower.
And if you're A&M fan, I think you're pretty pumped with the 5 seed. I hate to say it, but look what happened last year. You get a home playoff game against the 12 seed. You get your momentum. You catch all these teams kind of flat-footed going into round 2. You are a top 4 team, arguably, but you just have the 5th seed. I think they're in a perfect spot.
Yeah, home playoff game in College Station, and
that place is gonna be rocking. Blackout, I hope.
Well, and they're going to get a group of 5 team. They're either
exactly
depending on
JMU going to JMU night game Friday night, first round of the playoffs at M. Oh my God! Prayers for PFT commenter.
Yeah, if JMU, I want to see my guy Drew Mestemaker in the Mean Green, and I want to see him in College Station. Holy shit, that would be so electric. People don't watch North Texas as much as they should. I've been texting Timmy about this. I watch North Texas every week because Drew Mestemaker is one of the best players in the country, and their offense is one of the most dynamic things I've ever fucking seen. They just
sounds like we got to.
What?
Sorry, I was gonna say. Sounds like we need to get some futures in Oklahoma State next year to win the Big 12.
Okay, I was talking to Maynard about this week. I don't think Oklahoma State can pay Drew Mestemaker. They have no
really.
Money. They don't have any money, and they just spent everything that they do on Eric Morris. Mestemaker's going to get $3 to $4 million out of the portal. He's the best quarterback in the portal, in my opinion. Well,
he's going SEC or Big 10.
Yeah, I would very much like to see him in Fort Worth. I think Josh Hoover's time has expired a little bit. He had a great game today, honestly. He had more touchdowns than incompletions, and the Frogs rolled Cincinnati in a 5-hour game in Fort Worth. But I don't think TCU can really afford Drew Mestemaker either. I think he's incredible. He is so fucking talented, and I see him maybe at LSU, maybe at Florida, because I think Lagway leaves. And Oklahoma State, yes, if they can pay him enough. But anyway, back to the point. I would love to see the Mean Green go to College Station. I don't think they could stop Marcel Reed, but I don't know if A&M can stop Drew Mestamaker. They just gave up a shit ton of points to Texas in the second half.
Shout out our boys at TTO. Take the over, baby.
Indeed, a lot of points in that one. What did you watch any ball today, Pat? Do you have any games you want to talk about?
I mean, I was watching the game this morning. I was pretty occupied with the Cascade Clash all day. Caught a little bit of Iron Bowl tonight. You fill me in. You navigate. You guys take the lead. I'll follow.
Timmy, go ahead. What have we not talked about in terms of college football playoff that we need to cover?
I mean, I think we could backtrack a little bit with that group of 5 because right now we probably got about 12 spots and there's probably still about 14 or 15 teams still at play. So I would say like for right now, my 4 buys would be Ohio State, Indiana, after
Tech.
this week, Tech and Georgia after this for the time being this week. Those would probably be my 4 buys. It'll be interesting because Oregon probably won't move despite that win. Oregon probably can't move up from that. And so then you got Ole Miss, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama, who's playing for the conference championship. So that's going to be like with a Bama loss or a win, that really changes the seeding.
Where do you
think
Bama is if they win?
Are you saying Bama gets a bye if they win?
Are you? I don't know. It's tough. They have 2 losses.
They do have 2 losses, and I think given how much they love the SEC over in the committee, I think it's tough to not give the 2-loss SEC champion a bye.
Agreed. Conference championships have to mean something.
Or else you don't schedule them. They got to mean something.
Yeah, there's no reason to play those games if they don't mean something. But you also, on the other side, can't punish teams for playing in the game. So it's a fine line, and I kind of see conference championship games potentially being eliminated at some point. They produce so much revenue for the conferences, but they don't really mean that much in the 12-team era.
I'm sure you guys have heard Joel Klatt's stance and what he would do if he was commissioner. I totally agree with that. Having the first round be the week of the conference championships, semis always being the Sugar and Fiesta, and the Rose being the Natty every year, almost like the Augusta National January 1 Rose Bowl National Championship. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it.
Give it to me.
I like it, and anything that Joel
Portal
Klatt-
starts Jan 2.
What?
Portal starts Jan 2. No one's at a disadvantage for playing longer in terms of the next year.
The portal opening this weekend is fucking bullshit.
It's crazy.
It's total horseshit because you penalize the best teams in the country. You penalize the 8 best teams. And I guess take Duke out of that. They fucking suck. But you penalize, in theory, the 8 best teams in the country who are playing for their conference titles, and they can't go out there and recruit as much as teams that aren't playing in those games.
And you have scenarios like Bo Prabula where they're, a 5-star backup looking for a spot, and they got to go take their chance while they got it before that team swallows someone up.
Okay, I do want to address a question from my guy Billy Christmas in the Instagram live chat. Sonny Dykes on the hot seat ? Need some insights. Also, would you take the head coaching job if it was extended to you? Short answer, Billy. Yes, I would accept the TCU head coaching job. To dive deeper into Sonny Dykes, I think he is on the hot seat. Yeah, TCU goes 8-4. That's not the standard. Sonny Dykes went to a national title 4 years ago. The college football playoff is the standard at TCU. And if you can't get there, you're not the head coach. Sonny Dykes took Gary Patterson's roster to the national title, and he made the wrong choice at starting quarterback. Chandler Morris was the fucking starting quarterback week 1. The only reason TCU goes to the national title game that year is because Chandler Morris got hurt against Colorado week 1.
Duggan.
He doesn't go down. Duggan doesn't see the field. And Morris is good. He's over at Virginia now. He's playing for the ACC title this year. But Max Duggan was the Heisman runner-up. And Sonny Dykes had him on the fucking bench. I don't get it. I don't get Sonny Dykes. And Kendall Briles has had terrible play calling multiple games this season. I hope he gets the North Texas job just to get him out of Fort Worth. I don't know who you hire after that, but the thing with Sonny is you can't really fire him this year unless you're going to drop tens and tens of millions of dollars on a new head coach because there's no one to hire. There's so many jobs that, we're on Lane Kiffin watch right now. It looks like he's trending to LSU, but no official announcement yet. But if you're TCU,
pray to God. It's got to call God.
You got to call God. But if you're TCU and Mike Buddy, the athletic director, okay, go ahead and fire Sonny Dykes. Who the fuck are you going to hire? I couldn't tell you.
Could have hired Matthew Mounsey and John King as director of player personnel.
John King, new head football coach at Texas Christian.
Come on. Hey, boys, my phone's at 10%. Is there anything I can leave with you? My last departing thoughts.
Hey, we appreciate you, Patty K. Have a great night, brother. We're sorry about the dogs today, but should be in a good bowl game. Hey, what about frogs and dogs in a bowl game? Why not?
We might need to attend that one, Matthew.
Yes.
Frogs and dogs? Give it to me. Come on. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Huskies, I don't know. I'm on the basketball season. Let's go. Sprinkle.
Yeah, Danny Sprinkle time. Patrick Kane, everybody. Thank you, sir.
Hey, happy to be on here. Thanks, guys.
Second time on the pod, Patty K, our guy.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm headed out. Thanks for having me.
See you, brother. Love that guy. All right. So, Timmy, let's go through the top 10-ish at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
We haven't really talked about Michigan and Ohio State, but the Ohio State defense is by far the best defense in the country. Matt Patricia was an incredible hire. They go to the Big House in Ann Arbor, and wait.
That's a W. That's a W.
That's a W. Thank you, James. That's a W. They dominated Michigan. I think Ohio State was averaging 9 points against at home this season, and they gave up exactly 9 points today. They're the best team in the country, right?
100%. Sayan has that pick early in the game. That's really his only mistake there in the first quarter, and from there it's just on. I don't know. I was kind of thinking about this earlier, to be honest with you, because I'm not in any way comparing Sayan to Stetson Bennett. What I'm more comparing it to is how good this Ohio State defense is in comparison to those Georgia defenses. And really, I think all Sayan has to do out there is not make a mistake and not give up bad field positioning and make that defense vulnerable. I think if these opposing offenses have to go, 60, 75 yards every single drive, no matter what, if worst case is a punt, Ohio State's going to be a business and they're going to be in every game they play.
Their defense is a juggernaut. They have the best receiver in the country. We say it week after week, but let's not forget about Four and Red. They just haven't really needed him that much this season. And to beat Ohio State, you have to run the ball effectively. Michigan could not do that today, especially in the weather. They couldn't establish the run, and then once they got to passing downs, it was just they didn't have anything left to surprise Ohio State with. Who do you think gives Ohio State the best shot right now out of any team in the country?
I mean, after this week, that's a tough test. I mean, Indiana next week's going to be unreal. Obviously, we haven't seen Indiana tested in a couple weeks. They just blew the doors off of Purdue. We got to see both Fernando and Alberto Mendoza this weekend.
Alberto!
So, yeah, I mean, just seeing that QB tandem, the brothers at IU, working under Curt Cignetti, that game is going to be absolute fireworks. I believe that's next Saturday night at 5 p.m. I'm really hoping IU keeps it close and honestly gives the Ohio State University the test they've been looking for.
So my guy Luke Garrity shout out in our Instagram chat, said that he thinks Notre Dame gives Ohio State the best shot right now. And honestly, I was thinking about it earlier today. That's why I asked you. I kind of agree because you have to run the ball, like I said, against Ohio State. You have to have the football. You have to win the time of possession, and you have to make their defense work, because if that defense is as fresh as they were against Michigan, they're just going to dog walk everybody, and you're going to go 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. But Notre Dame has the best running game in the country. Jeremiah Love did get banged up earlier in this game against Stanford. I'm watching it right now, but I think he's been back in the game. He took a shot to the ribs, but it looks like he should be okay. And obviously, ND has a ton of time off after this game. They're up 32 at halftime against Stanford, by the way. That game 35-3. By the way, Moundsie's minute picks are 5-3 right now, looking to go 6-3 on the week. I agree. I think the Irish give Ohio State the best shot just because of their running game. We've talked about how good Jeremiah Love is. I think that he should still be considered for the Heisman. And I still think that Marcus Freeman is probably the best head coach in America. How do you think the Irish stack up with Ohio State?
I think you just hit the nail right on the head, especially, talking Jeremiah Love and Marcus Freeman too. I mean, we can't give him his flowers enough. His teams get better week in and week out. And from week 1 to week 13, they're never the same team. They always get better. And right now, I would have to agree with that. Their game is obviously trending upwards. Notre Dame just looks really good. The big thing too is they control the line, kind of like you said. So I think if they can kind of win that line battle between both the offensive and defensive line of Ohio State early, establish that run with the best running back in the country, Jeremiah Love, Notre Dame definitely presents that threat.
So we gave out the over in the Wyoming-Hawaii game. That game, a 11 p.m. Eastern kickoff in Honolulu between the Cowboys and the Rainbow Warriors. Hawaii 7-point underdogs, Timmy. 2 minutes left in the first half. It's 20-7. The over-under was 44.5. We knew that this game was going over because it's in Honolulu and it's after dark, just like the sports section after dark tonight. No Mountain West implications there. Both teams are out of the running there. Did see a good Mountain West win yesterday for New Mexico. That game went to double overtime. We give out New Mexico plus the points. They win outright. You can go ahead and keep the fucking points. You're welcome. Winner. Anyway, Ohio State's the best team in the country. We agree on that. Texas A&M probably going to slide to about 5. Texas Tech dog raced BYU the first time that they played. I think that they probably handle BYU again. If BYU has 2 losses, Timmy, we think that Notre Dame is probably in at the 9. Maybe they move, or maybe Alabama moves up because of going to the SEC title. But our guy John King is in the lobby, so let's get his thoughts on this too. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hey,
everybody. There he is.
How we doing?
We're doing great, Johnny.
Good to see you guys.
Good to see you. So, John, I was just about to ask Timmy a question. I want to ask you about it.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, ESPN on in the background. Lane Kiffin decision on future is imminent.
Okay.
For whatever that means.
It's gonna be LSU. If he really wanted to stay at Ole Miss, he would have announced it by now. He would have said something.
I'm with you on that, JK. So, John, Alabama is currently ranked 10th. They go to the SEC title game now with their win over Auburn and the A&M loss to Texas last night. So A&M is going to be in anyway. Georgia's in, Alabama's in, Oklahoma is in. But does Alabama going to the SEC title game, even if they lose, do you think that bumps them over Notre Dame in the rankings? And if it does, where does BYU fit into this if they lose to Texas Tech again and they finish the season 11-2?
I feel like it's gonna. I feel like Alabama should be in. I love Ty Simpson. I think he is a top 3, top 2 quarterback in college football right now. I think it's going to come down to how BYU plays against Texas Tech. I don't know. I think Alabama should be in no matter what.
Well, they will be in. Do
Yeah.
you think that they have done enough, even if they lose to Georgia, to leapfrog Notre Dame? Do you think that Alabama would be 9, Notre Dame 10 potentially?
I think so. I Notre Dame they lost to A&M. They lost to Miami, right, at the beginning of the season.
Notre Dame.
Yeah.
They did. They lost back to back. They started the season 0-2. They lost to A&M and they lost to Miami by a combined 4 points.
I think Alabama's done enough to be over Notre Dame.
And that's fair. Do you think that BYU has done enough with potentially 2 losses? Let's say they lose again to Texas Tech. Do you think
Yeah.
they've done enough to make the Big 12 a 2-bid league?
That's a good question. I think so. I like what would they be? 10? There would be 11.
Yes, but again, if Virginia wins the ACC, Virginia would be at 11, and then the
And
group
then
of 5
okay.
would be 12. But we talked about it earlier that if Duke wins the ACC title, there is likely to be no ACC bid.
Yeah, if Duke wins the ACC title, I don't know how you can let a 5-loss team in the playoffs.
I don't think there would be because JMU and either North Texas or Tulane would both be ranked higher. So then you get 2 group of 5s. But
Yeah,
regardless, BYU would still have to get to 10 in the rankings to make the playoff.
I think BYU has done enough to make it over, ACC team without question.
I would agree.
I think if BYU played Virginia, they would beat Virginia by a score or 2 without question.
I'm with you. I mentioned earlier, by the way, John. If you watch the Moundsies Minute this week, I said that Alabama was going to beat Auburn by exactly a touchdown. So I just want to take my credit for that.
There you go. There you go. I mean, what were you gonna say?
I was going to ask if you wanted to talk about the Frogs.
Yeah, I mean it was a great win. Well, I'm curious what bowl game we're gonna get. I'm really excited for the postseason. I'm excited for next year too. I think we're gonna be able to put a really great roster together and have an awesome season next year.
1 second. So Frogs finish 8-4.
Mm-hmm.
Go to a pretty good bowl game.
All right. Well, we got Maynard yelling about the Cowboys right now.
Maynard, shut up.
What were you saying?
TCU finishes 8-4.
Yeah.
It's not the standard for the Frogs after going to the national title 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You know that program intimately. What needs to change for TCU to win 10 games next year and to get back to the college football?
I'm not going to touch on it too much, but, I'm happy with Sonny Dykes. I think there's been a lot of backlash on the team. Even though we went 9-4 last season. Hopefully, we'll likely go 9-4 this season as well. I just think Sonny was the one that set the standard for us going to the playoffs. We're a few pieces away, and I think if we can keep the team, if we can be consistent and win the games that we should win, stay strong, 60 minutes of the game, I think that we are a Big 12 championship team and playoff team. I just think it comes down to staying consistent. But I believe in Sonny Dykes. I believe in the team. I believe in the staff. 8-4 right now is not bad at all. A lot of Power 4 teams would be really happy to be in our position right now. We're just a few positions and a few clicks away from being that team that's going to win a Big 12 championship.
I'm with you. And sorry, Timmy, I forgot to play this earlier. Kalen DeBoer decided to go for it on 4th and 2 in a tie game. and ended up scoring a touchdown instead of kicking what would have been a game-winning field goal. That touchdown was, hold on, significant play to some. Minus 6.5. Cash it. Anyway, let's check the Hawaii score again really quick. We're about to go to the half, looking for another great week of Moundsy's Minute picks. We're going over 500 every week. Just giving out free winners because, that's what we like to do for the people. Still 20-7. But John, do you have any other thoughts on the college football playoff as a whole?
I think Texas Tech is the most underrated team going into the playoffs. I don't think people talk about them enough. I think they have the best pass rush duo in college football. Their defense is elite, and their offense is great too. I think no one is talking about Texas Tech enough about being able to make a run for a natty.
Timmy, what are your thoughts on Texas Tech?
Well, John, I guess I'll ask you this question. Just based on what we saw last year with the top 4 teams losing kind of after getting that bye or that grace period of 2 or 3 weeks, do you think Texas Tech would benefit more from winning the Big 12 title and getting the bye, or losing the conference title to BYU and having to play in that first round?
I think Tech, no matter what they do, are good enough that no matter if they get a bye or not, they're going to put up a fight no matter what team they play. I think their edge rushers, Romello Height and David Bailey, and getting a pass rush is, in my opinion, defensively the most important thing you can have. And having 2 potential day 1 and day 2 draft picks on your defensive line is tremendous. And they got I guess, I don't know if he's going to win the Heisman. He definitely won't, but their linebacker, I think Jacob Rodriguez, having him too is fantastic. Great. So they have a really good team. I think no matter what, they're going to put up a fight, no matter bye or not.
Yeah, absolutely. And the defense travels too. Kind of like you were saying, they lost their quarterback earlier this year, Will Hammond, to an ACL. And I mean, they kind of had that tough week in Tempe right after, but then they were able to bounce back and still have the year they had at 11-1. So I think that kind of goes to what you said. It's a true testament to their defense and how strong they've been all year.
Yeah, and Baron Moore is the starter to start the season, and Will Hammond's going to be a great player for them. But I think them having Baron healthy will be big for them. I don't know what their running back's name is, but they still have a good offense, but their defense is really talented.
All right, I want you guys to quickly guess here what the opening line on the SEC title game is.
I'm going to go Georgia minus 3.5.
All right, Timmy, what you got?
Give me Bama 4.5. We'll go on opposite sides here.
Wow.
9-point difference between you guys. It was right in the middle there. Georgia is a 1.5-point neutral site favorite.
Okay.
That game is going to be awesome.
Where's the game?
Atlanta.
So it's not really neutral.
I mean, but Alabama's right there too.
That's true, but
they'll travel.
Yeah. But
I think.
Go ahead, Timmy.
It's in the Benzo.
The Benzo.
Mercedes-Benz.
It is indeed.
I do think right now Alabama has the better quarterback right now. I don't know what Stockton will develop to, but I think Alabama has a really good chance to beat Georgia just because of Ty Simpson, but we'll see.
He had a great game on the ground tonight for sure. And Ohio State, by the way, is 6.5-point favorites at open against number 2, Indiana. So that game will, of course, be very interesting. John, you got any other thoughts on the college football playoff as a whole? 12 teams.
I would like to see North Texas in the college football playoff. I feel like they could pull off an upset. Messmaker's a good quarterback. I I'm just curious how things play with Ole Miss because the committee does play into the fact if a coach or a player, such like Jordan Travis for Florida State, is out. I'm curious if Ole Miss is going to be in or out with the Lane Kiffin decision.
Yeah, and I don't think that they would make a Jordan Travis-esque decision there because it's not your starting quarterback.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
still it's still the same guys on the field, and I hope that they don't because those guys in Oxford were 7 points tonight away from playing for the SEC championship
Yep.
and being able to win the SEC title. I'm sure that the spread would have been similar if they were to play Georgia. So I hope that they don't get penalized. I also because they were talking about on the broadcast, like the entire broadcast, but you wouldn't imagine that Lane continues to coach this season or the rest of the season if he goes to LSU. By the way, you were preaching to the choir. We're big UNT guys. I hope Messmaker gets in. But back to Ole Miss. You wouldn't think that he would be able to coach the rest of the season, right?
Yeah, I don't know. And also, talking about Messmaker, if Messmaker goes to Oklahoma State, does Hoss Haney go to North Texas?
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, North Texas is just a TCU quarterback plan.
It is indeed. We had a comment in the Instagram chat earlier saying it was like North Texas parentheses TCU QB factory.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. I think Messmaker is better than Oklahoma State, but obviously that's his coach. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, we'll see. Who does North Texas play in their championship?
Tulane.
Tulane. Okay.
Great game.
Yeah, that'll be big.
Or the American title. And I believe, Timmy, correct me if I'm wrong, that game is on campus at Tulane.
I believe so. I would actually have to check that. I know it's Friday night. Here, I'll check real quick.
John, we have a comment from Will Maynard. Get this joker off my feet.
Well, that's the guy thinking the Cowboys are going to win out. So
Cowboys are good, John.
no, they're not good.
So are the Bears. So are the Bears.
The Bears are very good. The Bears are very good.
Da Bears.
Da Bears. I mean, we got to probably win 1 or 2 more games. At least one for sure, especially with how the NFC is going. But we play the Browns, so hopefully we win that game. I think. I just I don't know. I know we're going off topic, but I don't think Shedeur is gonna play well against the Niners this weekend.
The spread's only like 4 on that game. Shedeur sucks.
Anyone see I forgot who said it on First Take. How it's the big fat guy who's always talking about. He was telling how Shedeur said, "Oh, it's about me, me, me." He never said us. He never talked about the team.
That is.
Like he didn't even have a good game. His touchdown pass was it was to Dylan Sampson, the running back. It was like a short pass.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Shedeur is gonna struggle tomorrow. But we'll see. I have the Niners in fantasy, so I'm hoping they have a rough game.
There you go. Timmy, where is that American Championship game?
It is at Tulane.
Okay.
So American Championship is not like a neutral site.
No, sir.
Okay. Most conference championship games aren't, besides Power 4.
So Mousy, if we play in Arizona, are you gonna go?
What do you know what the date of that is?
It would be the day after Christmas.
Okay. Probably not. I think I might be going to the Fiesta Bowl.
That's right. With Neem.
Yeah, with Neem. That would be a semifinal game. Oh, Piazza's in the chat, John. Say something.
Piazza, you're fat and large. I'm gonna whoop your ass in fantasy.
Good to see you, Piazza.
My kicker dropped 24 on his head.
Welcome to the show, pal.
He's typing some bullshit up right now.
I'm waiting for it. Oh, he goes, "What's up, boys?" Say something funny, big head. Oh, he goes, "Can't wait to go bowling." Yeah,
Young
Piazza
ball.
is gonna lose the league. So, that's good. Wait, John, I want to read this comment to you. This was so funny. Um, so earlier in the Instagram chat, Josh Perry asked how we were feeling about the TCU win / SMU loss, and
Mhm.
we had like just talked about it, and this is a response to that from from Billy Crispus. He goes, "Hello, Josh, Sports Section Pod mod. Please don't ask questions we have already gone over. Did hear earlier. Feel free to watch the full episode when it drops to get your answer. Any future repeat questions will result in the ban hammer."
Yeah, I mean, the thing I will say about TCU is like Sonny was the one that set the standard for making the playoffs. I know people talk about, oh, that was Patterson's team, but I mean, Dice brought in a lot of guys in transfer portal, and the staff. We've won back-to-back seasons, 8 wins. Hopefully, going to have back-to-back 9-win seasons. I'm really confident in this team, and I'm really hopeful for next season. I mean, we show flashes again. We beat SMU like pretty handily, in my opinion. Um, we're 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 extremely close from a Big 12 championship, and I truly believe that. And I think that's going to be us next year, without question.
John, comment for you from Jackson Roeder. John King, be back in Fort tomorrow. See you at Poop.
Yeah, I don't think I'll be at Poop Deck on Sunday, but that would be fun though.
I don't know. Yeah, sounds like it could be really fun. Billy also had a good chirp at Piazza. He goes, "Piazza, you're washed, man. Don't you have emails to send?"
He does. Piazza's probably working right now. He probably just left the office.
Yeah, are you at the office right now, Za? Oh, he goes working right now, Billy.
Yeah, I just heard Maynard laugh in the whatever the TV
Get
room.
Maynard's ass in. Can you yell at Maynard?
Yeah, I'll bring the phone to Maynard.
Yeah, I want to talk to him. How fucked up is he?
We gotta talk Cowboys.
Yeah, we do.
All right, Maynard.
Also,
What's up, gentlemen?
Shout out to the Milk Druck in the chat. What's up, John William?
I'm just finishing off some Thanksgiving fixins over here. A little late night snacks.
Yeah, what do you got?
So this here is my mother's smoked chicken dip, aka crack. It's delicious. Mountie, who's your buddy here? Tim?
Yeah, that's my guy Timmy. He's been to Fort Worth. You've met him.
Timmy, you look like my good buddy G-Wall. I bailed him out of jail.
He does look like G-Wall.
You do.
And yes, you did bail him out of jail.
I did. What are you boys talking?
We were just talking ball.
Which ball? NFL?
Hey, whatever you want to talk about, man. It's your pod.
I think George Pickens is the best receiver in the National Football League.
Well, you mean besides Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Yeah. I think it's a tight 1-1 race between the two.
Okay. I like George Pickens. He's a fucking psycho.
Timmy, are you a Seahawks fan as well?
You know, I rock with UW football over everything. With that said, I've been following the Seahawks a little bit more this year. Been getting a little bit more into the NFL as we go on.
Gotcha. So you're more of a college guy than an NFL guy?
Absolutely. Well, I got to live with a bunch of Niners fans, so you know how that shakes down.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I'm a Cowboys fan, so I've been heartbroken by the Niners over my lifetime for sure.
Yeah, I mean your Cowboys are looking good right now.
You think you can win out?
Dude, honestly, I mean, I probably sound like the fucking classic Cowboys fan, you know.
You are.
but if we win, it's gonna after Thursday. You can ask me because after Thursday is going to be the big.
You're playing Thursday again?
We play Thursday, yeah, against the
You guys
Lions.
are on prime time fucking again?
We are, yeah, but
Oh.
we always play back-to-back Thursdays after Thanksgiving. It's because we're America's team and everyone wants to watch us because we're America's team. But the Friday game yesterday kind of hurt us with the Eagles beating the Bears.
No, other way around.
Sorry, the Bears beating the Eagles. Because we needed the Bears to fall out of the wild card for us to get in there. So now we're kind of fighting for the division rather than the wild card, which is going to be pretty tough to do. So, I'm not really. I don't have high hopes, but if we can beat the Lions, the Eagles they have two tough games coming up. I can't remember who it is, but they look like shit and we look good, and I'm fucking happy about it. That's all I can say.
Piazza would like you to know that Dak will always find a way to fuck it up, Maynard.
Piazza roots for the Saints. And go ahead.
No, what?
I said Piazza roots for the Saints, and to keep it safe on this platform.
I think
the Saints suck ass. To call it frank, I mean, they're a horrible football team.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta restart on the Instagram here. Hold on. Something happened here. Fuck.
I think it just goes out after an hour.
Oh yeah, I bet it does. All right, hold on. We're getting.
Oh no! Did we lose Piazza? Oh no!
Back Piazza.
Oh no!
Hold on, we're getting it back up.
Oh.
Let's.
I just know Piazza's just probably.
Oh. Or women's soccer team?
All right.
Maldi, did you guys already get into UT? I'm assuming.
We did a little bit, yeah. Hold on, let me start. Okay, we're back up on the Instagram. Hold on. Oh, Piazza was the first one to rejoin. There we go. Yeah, we did get into UT.
He's desperate, man. He's desperate.
I know he is. What are your thoughts? Because we talked about how Sark has a good case, because why schedule Ohio State week 1?
Yeah, I think they should be in. I mean, you beat 3 top 10 teams in a season. That makes you a top 12 team, in my opinion.
Well, they would have to be a top 10 team because the auto bid.
Yeah, but I'm saying you get 12 teams in the fucking playoff. I think they're a top 12 team in the nation.
Who would
unfortunate that they lost to Florida, obviously. Shitty loss, and you have to bang them for that, but I think that you should reward people for their wins rather than bang them for their losses. And you get 3 top 10 wins. That's a pretty big deal.
The photo of Big John.
No way. That's so funny.
So who do you put them in over?
So name it off. What do we have here? Like, go ahead, Mounts. Name the top.
So let me go through it really quick. The winner of Ohio State Indiana is going to be 1. The loser is also in. So there's 2 spots.
Yep.
Texas Tech is in no matter what.
Yep.
So there's 3. Texas A&M is in. Georgia is in. Alabama is in. That's 6. Oklahoma is in. That's 7. Oregon is in. That's 8. Notre Dame is in. That's 9. Then you have the ACC champion / potentially JMU or group of 5 at 11. And then you have the American champion at 12. So there's 1 spot left, basically.
Okay. I mean, I put them in over Oregon. We talked about that earlier today. I mean, Oregon has beat USC, and that's it.
They beat USC, Washington, and Iowa.
I mean, with all due respect to UW, I mean,
It's not a good win.
yeah, no, it's not. I mean, come on.
No.
I just think playing. I think playing in the SEC is far different from what Oregon has gone through, and I think they should get in.
And so then, Timmy, help me with that 10 spot. Who am I forgetting?
I think you forgot about Ole Miss.
I did forget about Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which should be in.
Would you put
Absolutely.
Could you put Texas in over Oklahoma? They beat Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I don't think so, because I think Oklahoma also had a pretty tough schedule, and they went and beat Alabama on the road. So I don't think you can ding them for that. So I would put Oklahoma over them.
Breaking news.
Give me it.
Lane Kiffin will hold a team meeting tomorrow morning.
Dude, this is bullshit.
It's horseshit. He's got to stop it. He's got to stop making it all about himself. He has a team.
The breaking news is breaking news. We have more breaking news tomorrow. That's all it is.
He has the best team in school history, and he's making it all about himself. Fucking coach your damn team, Lane.
If he's calling a team meeting first thing in the morning, that means he's got a private jet to Baton Rouge by 11.
Yeah, I think I agree with you there.
You gotta bring my whiskey next time.
No, I
If he's
drank
getting
it
the
all.
guys together that early.
Yeah, I don't know. Who else is over at Washed House over there, J-Dub?
Just me.
It's me, Jonathan, and Nicholas Middlestat.
Hi, Nicky.
How we doing?
Doing good, man. Go Frogs.
Go Frogs, baby. Great win.
Great win. What'd you think about Hoove today, Nicky?
I thought he played the best game he's played all season. He looked confident. He was doing a lot of great things with his eyes. He looked comfortable in the pocket. He looked quick when he was moving around. He did a lot of great things, and he really showed up to be the high caliber player we all knew he was at the beginning of the season.
Wow.
That was very eloquent.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a paragraph.
Better than that other TCU guy that was on earlier.
What a paragraph from Nicholas.
Yeah,
Look,
that guy-
listen, we had 31 points and we had 300 yards at halftime. That's a damn good
My
offense.
Hoover's here, but I love this podcast. I love the sports section. I listen to them daily. I love their clips. Go Frogs. Good night.
Thank you, Nicky, everybody.
Yeah, see you guys.
Let's go.
See you, man.
Uh,
Look, I'm more of an NFL guy than I am a college guy, but TCU looked good today. Like I said, 31 points and 300 yards at halftime that's pretty impressive, and the fans were still pretty upset about the offense, and I talked back to the fans today. I did.
Good for you. Stand on business.
I do.
Well, yeah, I was going to say it's always a good thing when your quarterback throws more touchdowns than incompletions.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yeah, he had 3 incompletions today, 18 for 21.
Wow. No, he looked good. I just hope he sticks around.
Yeah, unless we get Drew Matchmaker.
I think he's going to be a poke.
Well, we talked, I don't think they can pay him.
Dude. I know, but like the SEC schools are going to offer him, how much money they're going to throw at him? $2 million?
3 to 4, I think, Timmy.
Yeah, if not more.
Really?
Yeah, he's a $3 million guy. I think he's the best quarterback in the portal.
No, I would probably throw Arizona State guy above him.
Levitt, okay.
And then
if he
it's like there's probably going to be a few surprises. I mean, we talked about Raiola maybe.
Yeah,
I feel like
there have been rumors about him. Also, we've always got some Nebraska fans in here. So if there are any, do you guys want Matt Rule out? Because I've been seeing Matt Rule or I've been seeing Nebraska fans calling for Matt Rule to get canned. They extended him like 3 weeks ago. So I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Yeah, okay, that's fair. Raiola, Lagway, Levitt.
Which I don't think Raiola would leave at all. I mean, that's just kind of rumors, but because what his
sorry, I was gonna say his brother decommitted last week.
yeah, I saw that, but I mean, he has such strong ties to Nebraska, and I feel like he's loved it there so much, and he's done so well. I feel like he would probably stick around, but that would probably be a top name along with Levitt. Maybe Hoover, not, but yeah. And then I'm sure there's a few other SEC guys that what's the South Carolina guy? His name's been floating around there.
Yeah. What's his name, Timmy?
Lenore Sellers.
Sellers. Yeah.
Yeah, Lenore Sellers. Thank you, John. Thanks, John.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, boys. I think we're about to throw on a movie here and get a nightcap going.
Oh shit.
Go Frogs.
Big season incoming, Big 12 championship incoming. Fuck Texas Tech.
Have a good night, gentlemen.
Yeah, you guys do.
Shout out to our guy John. There we go. The fellas. Gotta love that after a good win for the Frogs today.
Unreal.
That was good stuff. John's just a ball knower, man.
Yeah, he's on the money every time, man.
Thank you, Piazza. Yes, Lenore Sellers is his name. Yes.
Oh, he's got it in there.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm gonna write some stuff down on the whiteboard here, Timmy. Let's erase it a little bit, and then I want to give our rankings here.
Yeah.
So let's go. Let's. Oh, Maynard's on the Instagram now. Shout out. All right. So let's play this out for post college football or post championship weekend. So one, we can go OSU or Ohio State, Indiana winner, right?
Yep.
All right. We've got Ohio State, Indiana winner at the
We're going to be running out of board space early.
Yeah, we will go side by side here. We'll draw a line down the middle. Okay. 2. Georgia with a win.
It's probably got to be Georgia with a win, yeah. Because they'll be they'd be 12-1 with a conference championship. It would either be them or Tech, depending on. But they'd probably give it to Georgia over Tech, both being 12-1.
So here's where I feel like we might differ a little bit. I have the loser of the Big Ten championship at 3. What about you?
I think if Texas Tech wins, I think they're 3.
Big 10, not Big 12. Sorry.
Huh?
I meant the Big 10.
Oh, you got IU. You got IU. Like if IU loses, they would be 3.
Okay.
Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes. I think if Tech won, I'd probably have Tech at 3.
Okay. So my only thing is that does potentially set up an Ohio State Indiana rematch in the semifinals, but I don't necessarily think the committee thinks that way. So here's our 1 through 3. Ohio State, Indiana, Big Ten champion at the 1. Then we have Georgia with a win at 12-1 and being the SEC champion at 2. A 12-1 Texas Tech at 3. Then we have the Big Ten loser at 4. Correct?
I would just have to imagine, yes. Both being 12-0 in the regular season, either of which having only 1 loss coming from a champion or a conference title game. I think it would be hard from there because your other options at 5, 6, and 7 being currently Texas A&M, Ole Miss, and Oregon. I think it would be hard for any of those 3 teams to jump Indiana if they were to lose.
I would agree with that. Oregon cannot jump Indiana because they didn't make the conference title and they got their shit rocked by Indiana at home already this season.
Exactly.
So here's our top 5. Texas A&M at 5. We discussed that. So let's go to 6. It's probably Oregon, right?
Yeah, I mean, considering this Lane news, I guess we'll see. We'll see if that really has anything to do with Ole Miss's ranking. But
yeah, actually,
I
sorry.
would probably say Ole Miss is 6.
Yeah, sorry. Let me go back to that because I think it's bullshit that Oregon jumped Ole Miss this week because Ole Miss has actually played real teams and their one loss was to Georgia by 8. So I am putting Ole Miss at 6. Don't want to forget about them again. Ole Miss at 6. I'm going to put Oregon at 7. They are 11-1 and done for the regular season. Now we go to 8. Who do we have? Oklahoma at 8.
I think they're pretty locked in there. Yeah, I don't unless any weird stuff happens in these conference championships, I'm pretty sure Oklahoma will be knotted in that 8-9 game.
I would agree with that. And I think that they are probably going to be hosting the Fighting Irish from Notre Dame, who is currently ranked 9th. They are ahead 42-3 with 9 minutes left in the third quarter in Palo Alto, playing Stanford right now. So we've got Notre Dame at 9. The 10.
Yeah, I would say real quick with neither of those two teams playing next week, I think whatever Oklahoma and Notre Dame are ranked this week probably gives you an idea of which one of those will be hosting each other.
And actually, I think that we neglected Alabama. I think Alabama has to be higher than Oklahoma.
Yeah, I mean that's just dicey because if they lose and they're 10-3, I don't know if they're necessarily ahead of Oklahoma. I think with a loss they probably stay at that 10 spot.
Okay, so all right, so let's put because this is with a Georgia win as we have on the board. So let's put Bama with a loss at 10. And then you have 11 would be Virginia with a win.
Yep.
Virginia with win. So there's our 1 through 11. Virginia with a win. If a loss happens, I think it's the American champion at 11, the winner of North Texas and Tulane, because Duke would not be a top 5 conference champion. And then I think that would put JMU with a win at the 12. You with that?
Yeah, I think this is kind of where we're going to have to take the conversation throughout this week because the group of 5 is really going to get dicey depending on the spots available. I guess what I would bring up with that is I think if there's only the 12 spot, right? If UVA wins and only that 12 spot is available, I think you'd have to pick if North Texas wins the American and JMU wins the Sun Belt. I think you take North Texas over JMU, considering they both have the same record and both being 12-1, but North Texas having a win over Tulane in that. Now, on the flip side, though, what I would ask is Tulane being 11-2 with a win over North Texas, would they get in at over a 12-1 JMU team?
Tulane winning the American, you're saying?
Yeah, if Tulane won the American, but they would be 11-2 because I believe they just finished the season 10-2.
Hold on, let me look at Tulane's schedule really quick because
they lost to Ole Miss earlier in this season, 45-10.
Correct.
And then they got smoked by UTSA, I believe, like 48-26.
That is the exact correct final score. Nice
Okay.
shot. Owen McCown, son of Josh McCown, was 31 of 33 for 370, 4 touchdowns, no picks in that game.
Wow.
And Rhett Slaff was 14 of 28 for 194, touchdown and 2 picks. So this is our board right here. Hey, thanks for tuning in, BC. We'll see you later, pal. So this is our board here. I have Texas at 13, and I have BYU with a loss at 14. That good with you?
Yeah, I mean, my only thing with Texas is like, where does Vandy play in all this? Because we haven't really talked about Vandy a whole lot tonight, and I know they're kind of in no man's land. They're kind of dead, but at the end of the day, they are still 10-2, as opposed to as opposed to Texas being 9-3. And now I know we talked about it earlier, right? And there's that great argument for Texas, but Vandy also had themselves a great season.
They did. And they just beat Tennessee today, which is a great win.
Put up 45 points in Neyland, I believe.
They did. And Pavia went nuts on the ground, had a career high rushing. But it's just so hard with Vandy because if they won that game in Austin, and they lost to Texas by 3, and they recovered an onside kick and had a shot to win it. But if they win that game against Texas, they're in right now, and we're not even talking about this, which is brutal for them. But if it comes down to Texas and Vandy for a potential spot, which I don't think it will, but if it does, I just don't know if you can put Vandy in over Texas because of the head-to-head.
Right. You're saying that would be in a situation where Texas Tech would beat BYU and eliminate them. And I guess in that case, Duke would have to beat Virginia and open up another spot for that to be even the realm of possibilities.
Yes, but I mean, Duke could fuck everything up.
I would love to see it. I kind of what Patty said earlier, just kind of rooting for chaos, man. Like, especially this late in the season, I think like the more chaos, the better. You know, like the more shit that can kind of hit the fan and get going, you know, like to kind of get the college playoff just even more exciting.
You're right. And honestly, I think I think you make a good point there. I'm gonna amend my board here. I think I'm gonna put Vandy in at the 14 if you know what we have said happened. So to recap for everybody on our board here, we have the winner of the Big Ten being the number 1 team in the country with a bye. We have Georgia being the SEC champion if they do beat Alabama, being the number 2 overall seed. We have Texas Tech. If they can beat BYU for a second time, we have them as the number 3 team in the country. That could be the loser of the Big Ten championship game. That is 100% a possibility. We don't know how the committee will decide to play that out. The Big Ten championship loser we currently have at 4. We have Texas A&M pretty much sharpied in at the 5 just because they're not going to their conference title, but they started the season 11-0 and are one of the best teams in the country. We have Ole Miss at 6. I think that's just kind of where you have to have them. I know the committee jumped them over Oregon, but that's bullshit, dude. Oregon hasn't played anybody. And Ole Miss doesn't have that strong of a strength of schedule either, but at least they beat some teams, and they didn't get boat raced by Georgia when Oregon got completely boat raced by Indiana. And Ole Miss is just a better team than Oregon. Look at the eye test. Anyway, we have Oregon at the 7. We have Oklahoma at 10-2 at the 8. They've kind of just sort of weaseled their way in there, but they're a little bit undeniable after they go on the road and win at Alabama. Then we have Notre Dame at 9. They've been there the last few weeks. I don't think they move. I don't see an argument against them at 9. They're a great team. They've just dog raced everyone the last few weeks. We have Alabama losing the SEC title game. If they do, we have them at 10 and being the final at-large team. And then we have Virginia at 11 if they win the ACC title. If they lose the ACC title, we have the American champion at 11 and James Madison at 12. If it comes down to the American champion, North Texas or Tulane, and then JMU, we have the American champion getting the nod over the Dukes. No shame to the Dukes. They just haven't played as tough of a schedule as either North Texas or Tulane. There's your quick recap. But yeah, go ahead.
Capitalize your point with the Sun Belt. You know, the American, it's between Tulane and North Texas, an 11-1 team and a 10-2 team. That's undeniable. And on the flip side, you got JMU, who great job that, again, I think we've stated it before. The rebuild from JMU again, to lose Kurt Signetti, seeing what he's doing over in Bloomington. But unfortunately, they're playing an 8-4 Troy team in the Fun Belt Championship. And Troy just lost, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks ago to Old Dominion by a score of 33-0.
They did.
And so I just don't think, when you compare the two conference championship games, I think you do got to take the American there.
I'm with you on the American. We have Texas just barely missing the playoff because there really wasn't any shakeups today. If Alabama lost to Auburn in the Iron Bowl, Texas could very well be in the playoff. Either it would be a debate between them, Vanderbilt, and Miami, or BYU. But
I got a feel for those Auburn fans. Just what they've had to deal with the last 3 times the Tide have come to town. They've lost by 1 possession in all 3 of those games, and they've had to deal with a Tide touchdown in either overtime or in the final 4 minutes of regulation in all 3 of those instances. I mean, that's just got to be so hard, especially in a state like that cares that much about football, about that rivalry, to have your rival come in 3 straight years and beat you by 1 possession.
Well, and especially with Auburn just not being that great the last few years, that game means so much to those fans.
Absolutely, to what you said. I mean, just the coaching carousel they've had there, the lack of talent they've really had on a year-to-year basis, and the ability to win in that conference. Just beating Bama would do so much for them, even from a recruiting standpoint, just getting the guys in there to finally have a 9-3 or a 10-2 season. And it's just like, that just seems like Auburn football right now, just kind of like one step short on everything, just kind of like one drive away, whatever it is.
Who do you think they hire?
See, and that's what it comes down to, is it's like, where does Auburn even rank in I guess the quote unquote, brand of college football down in the SEC, when you have Florida getting ready to hire Summerall out of Tulane, and it looks like LSU is going to get Kiffin. So now if Kiffin does decide to go to LSU, you got to deal with you're fighting with Ole Miss for a guy. And then same with Arkansas.
Do you think John Gruden coaches in the SEC next year?
That's tough. I mean, he's definitely a crazy enough guy. He definitely loves football enough to do it. So I don't think that's without question. I obviously don't look too much into this, but I think it's just more from a university standpoint. If they want to, deal with any questions that might be asked from the media about the stuff that came out, against Gruden while he was on the Raiders. If a university wants to deal with some of those questions that might be asked early on, I think Gruden could do a good job. I think it just comes down to the issue that Belichick's having right now. Can he recruit?
Yeah, and I think that John Gruden is much more of a player's coach than Bill Belichick, and so much more personable. I also think he's done a great job with Barstool, where like everyone loves him. His image is pristine right now. I think that he would be able to recruit. This is the coolest John Gruden's ever been. And if he went to the SEC, he would be the coolest coach in the conference. I would want to go play for him.
Absolutely. I mean, I think the funny thing from there is if Gruden did make his way over to the SEC, man, that personality between him and Kiffin alone, that would definitely be something to see those two play against each other. And for one thing, there would be a lot of points on the board. It would be exciting to watch.
There would be a billion points every single week. It would be outrageous. Update from Honolulu. We still have 6 minutes left in the third quarter. It is 1:15 a.m. on the East Coast. Love it. Rainbow Warriors up 27-7. So for those of you that tailed Moundsy's minute, we are 11 away, I believe. I think we got 44.5. So we're looking pretty good there. We're at 34. We need 2 touchdowns, basically. Rainbow Warriors have been matriculating pretty consistently. But another great week of college football. We didn't really see any crazy upsets besides the Cal game. Shout out to the Berkeley Bears. A week after firing Justin Wilcox, they bounced back and knock SMU out of the playoff picture. So congrats to them. We always want to see that. We always want to see SMU lose. That is, they have the worst fan base besides Oregon. It's not close. SMU fans are terrible, but Oregon fans are another level. You got anything else, Timmy?
No, I mean, absolutely great year of college football. Just to kind of recap the last 12 weeks, it's been unreal. We really don't have a clear favorite through 12 weeks, which is really awesome. I mean, that's really going to come down the line here once we see the seeding go down and everything. But I mean, 1 through 12 is really going to be interesting.
My buddy Mason Moore in the Instagram chat with a Go Gophers. Row the boats, Guyuma, go Gophers. PJ Fleck gets the win.
Oh, don't you know?
He's a big hockey guy. If you have any hockey insight for the people before we sign off.
Nothing much, man. Tough night for my San Jose Sharks, but there's always next year.
Calabrini didn't do it tonight, or what?
No, our other young guy, Smitty, looked pretty good tonight. He had 2 goals. Will Smith, he had 2 goals and an assist tonight, so that's always good to see out of a pass first guy. But he's really skilled out of Boston College. Looking for him and Celebrini out of both the Boston schools. Just things are definitely on the up in San Jose.
BU and BC, that is.
Yeah, so Celebrini played 1 year at BU. He won the Heisman Trophy for college hockey. And that same year, Will Smith finished behind him in second for the Hobie Baker.
Hobie.
But yeah, Smitty grew up in BC, or he grew up in the BC area.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess just kind of final rundown, man. Like, I think it's really cool that we don't have. I mean, granted, I think the clear favorite would be Mendoza personally.
Yeah.
With that said, I think it's really cool. Like, we don't really have a clear Heisman through 12 weeks, or I guess that's still totally up for debate. And on top of that, there's totally a debate for who the national champion is now. And I think just the parity overall in college football this year is absolutely insane.
I agree. It's definitely been one of the most fun years that I can remember. I think Ohio State has to be the favorite. They haven't lost since they lost to Michigan last year. So it's been a year, which is pretty cool. And they lost so much on defense. I didn't think that they would really be able to replace it, but I don't think they had to replace the guys. They replaced the coordinator, and what a hire Matt Patricia has turned out to be. I hope that we get to see something new on the Ohio State front. I would love to see them play Notre Dame again, just because I think this is a better Notre Dame team than we saw last year. And they've won 10 in a row. They went into the playoff last year, winning 9 in a row. Marcus Freeman, I think, is still the best coach in America. I'm very high on the Irish. I'm high on the Hoosiers. I love Kurt Cignetti. I love Fernando Mendoza. And I think there's a lot of teams that can win the national title, which is why we love college football, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I think just to kind of shut it down, we kind of got our 5 or 6 games loaded up for next week. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. Thanks, Timmy. This was awesome. Thanks to everybody that joined tonight. Great show.
Maybe that was awesome. Thank you guys to all you that joined the live tonight. Had a lot of fun.
Yep. Shout out to John King, Will Maynard, Nikki. Who else joined? Jagger, Luca, Nick Mullahan, Patty Kane. Patty K. Thanks for joining, everybody. New episodes every Tuesday and Friday. We'll be back with Sam Hoiberg on Tuesday, myself and Krez on Friday. I'm sure Timmy will be back very soon for college football. The new rankings will come out on Tuesday, conference championships next Friday and Saturday. That's all we got for Timmy Daly. I'm Matthew Mounsey. Call God. See you guys next time. And 1 sec. And all right.